Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a quick combo video of 3-Axis Dragon Link. A little bit of a preface to an upcoming video with an updated deck profile. But today we're just doing a simple 1-card combo involving 2 guide. Other 4 cards can be anything you want. Doesn't really matter. We're gonna just discard them anyway. But 1-card combo 2 guide. And all the crazy stuff that we can do post the Megatins, so with Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. So yeah, let's jump straight into it. So you start our combo by normal summoning Tour Guide, use the effect, summon Sangan out of our deck, and then we link those two for Cherubini, and then effect of Sangan activates, get to add Crusadia Arborea to our hand, and that we can special summon that to the field because the effect doesn't activate, so we bypass the negative effect of Sangan, activate the effect of Cherubini, send Graph, summon Seer, very similar to the 3-Axis combo decks of old. Doesn't really change here. I guess the advantage of this deck will be shown shortly. So we turn those two, tuner and non-tuner, into Huggy Fiber. Effects activate, so Seer summons back Graph from the graveyard, keeping in mind that Cherubini keeps it from dying by its own card effect. And then Native Fiber summons Red Rose out of the deck. And now, because we're in the TCG, we get to have the advantages of using Link Cross, very broken cards, summon 2 Link tokens, but we're going to synchro them straight away in the Red Rose Dragon for the Garden Rose Maiden, activate their effects, so Gun Red Rose Maiden adds Black Garden from our deck to our hand, and because Red Rose was synchroed with, summon White Rose out of our deck. Now we see we have Dark Fiend, Dark Fairy, and Dark Plant, so we can link these guys away for Curious. Bang. And then Curious effect will activate. We can send an Imperial Order from our deck to the graveyard, so we don't lose next turn to our opponent's very powerful spell cards, if they have them. This is the one advantage of this deck over regular Dragon Link, is that we can use Cherubini in order to make Curious, so we can get it back with Griffin and prevent ourselves from dying in lame ways. Anyway, moving on, we have our Appaloosa already, so we turn Link Cross and Curious into Appaloosa, and then White Rose into LP. And just like all times, we're good to go. So we use Oppi's effect, summon Brotor out of the deck, target either one, doesn't really matter. We get to discard a card in our hand, add Clap Serpent from our deck to our hand. Next, Brotor into Pisty, and then Pisty effect activate, summon back the Red Rose, because we actually need this for level 3 Synchro material later on, because it's a tuner. And then we want to get rid of these guys because we don't want to be locked into dragons. Romulus effect activate, add Ravine to our hand. Next we can start summoning our baby dragons. So we can summon Clap Serpent by banishing a light. Next we link summon Striker Dragon, standard Dragon Link stuff, we should all know by now. Boot Sector and Wyver Burster to our hand. Next at this point we want to activate Black Garden. Yes, we do. Because we want to use Black Garden to summon back the Garden Rose Maiden. Because it's level 5. So we summon Wyver Burster by banishing a dark. So they give them 1 Black Garden token. And then we link these guys together to make Griffin. So they get 2 Garden tokens. And then Griffin's effect will activate. So we get to get back the Imperial Order out of our graveyard onto our field. And then we get to draw a card. Like we discard and then we draw, so our hand size stays the exact same. So then we can destroy the plant tokens on the field, summon back a 1600 attack monster out of our grave, which just so happens to be the Garden Rose Maiden. So then we could synchro these for a few things, like these could go into Union Carrier, but since we have Imperial Order, we don't really have much use of doing the Buster Dragon lock. Still, you might want to do that, I'm not too sure. But we can turn them into Crystal Wing because we have the tuner and the non-tuner synchro. That's really nice. Next, now we can finally use our Garden Rose Maiden's effect. We can banish it, summon back a Rose Dragon out of our grave, and then because this is Red Eyes Dark Dragoon legal, we can turn those 2 effective monsters into Verte Anaconda. But we don't activate its effect quite yet. Next, we want to stand other stuff. So Ravine's effect, discard any card, doesn't matter. Send Abzarada from our deck to our grave, add the Rocket Tracer to our hand, and finish it off. Ravine activates, Boot Sector, bang, effect, summon from our hand, And then we want to destroy a boot sector launch with the Rocket Tracer, locking us into Dark, but again, that doesn't matter because we're going to be summoning Dark anyway. Tracer and Magna Rocket for Borreload Savage Dragon. Use the effect activate, and conveniently enough, we have a Link 4, so we get our maximum 4 counter Boral Savage. And then we finish up our combo with the Verde Anaconda, sending the Red Eyes Fusion, Dark Magician, and Red Eyes Black Dragon for the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. So, fun fact with this combo, it uses your entire extra deck. It uses all 15 cards. Is that worth it? Well, who knows. It's just nice sometime to, I guess, theory craft and see, I guess, how good a single card can be in Tour Guide. And, I mean, the alarming part about this deck is that it may play a lot of bricks. Like, you know, you have the vanillas, the Red Eyes Fusion. I don't consider most dragon cards a brick, but, you know, there's obviously like a Graph, Seer. You don't want to draw those. And then drawing some of the field spells might suck because you can search them. So we're definitely going to go back to the old style of 60 card, 3 Axis deck. So stay tuned for that, guys. That'll be coming up quite shortly. Shout out to the Elite YGO channel. Again, they're another cool Australian group coming up. Nice videos, good content. Like, comment, subscribe. Jonga Fibe, CodicFactory.com for good Yu-Gi-Oh singles. And peace out, guys. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for more amazing content.